So I pushed a little hotfix for Paradise Lost today. I was just fixing some continuity bugs and stuff. One of the things I mentioned was that we had removed references in text to two girls that got cut. And that sent me down kind of a rabbit hole. So I thought I'd share that with you. The two girls specifically talk about Ryoko and Emmy, her daughter. And Ryoko, you actually do catch a little bit of. This is Ryoko in the core story. It's the very first poster you find, starting at the bar upstairs. And I kind of dove into that and started looking at it. And this is our original character design document. So here you see the first instance of the big ass lizard. Um, but that got me thinking about the characters that didn't make it, and so I thought I'd share some of that and some of the characters that could have been. None of these made it into the game; they only made it to the sketch stage. So this is how the initial character sketches look, where we try to nail down the look and feel and get the little details like the necklace and whatnot all running. So Ryoko and her daughter Emi. Ryoko was back in the day an AVN star. Then she married into money, and the rest, as they say, is history. She's in her 50s. She's very well kept. Chase has a thing for MILFs, so this was his gift to himself. I think of all the people, he was probably the one most sad that she got cut. Amy's the hot little Japanese counterculture girl, a little bit gothy, and a total fan of Raven. Originally, the idea was that the Raven Porn Emporium story was supposed to be her and Raven. Misun, in the end, took over some of that role. Um, but basically, because we had them captured by Hero. Let's see, where's Hero? Here's Hero. Nobody wants to see that. But because we had them captured by Hero, and because we haven't actually resolved the Hero sequence until the very end, trying to get them in became very complicated, troublesome. Especially, we noticed that once we started seeing the second generation of girls, just how busy we get with just all Rachel and all Grace, because they're rescued at the tail end of the game. It becomes very much a Rachel and Grace show, and we didn't want to do that again with Amy. Um, so sadly, they got caught. They got caught quite early. We still had some text back in the early parts of the game that referenced them, so that continuity error got fixed. But there were other girls. This one was my favorite. This is she's essentially a hot little gold digger from Singapore, Vivian Chung, and the core slogan for her is "No money, no honey." So she's I think she would have become even more hated than Karen, but in a very fun way. She's not particularly smart. She is modeling for Radix Electronics, and she knows absolutely nothing of computers. So she's kind of the diametric opposite of Misun. Both of them are hot Asian girls, but where one is very real and tech savvy, Vivian is dumb as two bricks. Luana's another cool little character, Miss Brazil, um, and she looked really beautiful. I love the expression on her face. Um, Sadly, at that point, she didn't even make it to the consideration stage. We just had too many girls, and because of the way we laid out the game, where every girl gets the same amount of content, even Karen, um, that meant that adding one more character would add like 2 months, 3 months worth of additional work just on her. We'll fix that better in Sinner's Landing, in that some characters are really core, like the Temple Girls, and some characters are secondary, and that's okay. And that means that we can insert some hot little chick like this without having to worry about 3 months worth of additional work. Clara Wagner was Miss Austria, Tollbrust chocolates. And she would have been another fun character, but I think to a certain extent her role was taken by Maria, in that she had many of the same characteristics as Maria, and so she became surplus to requirements. But it's kind of fun to go back and look at these early documents and see Chase writing these, and occasionally you discover little gems like this one.